Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and today we once again try something new in our Ursarctic deck. This time, to keep the evil spirits away. Last time we experimented with the Deep-Sea Diva combo. It was very powerful, but with a major drawback. It required a lot of gardens. That's detrimental to a normal deck, and even worse for ours, which takes a whopping 3 cards in hand to start any combo. It also doesn't help going second, so I went around looking for another good normal summon. Then I came across the Guardian. KOA'KI MEIRU Guardian is a level 4 rock monster with a simple effect. It is a monster negate by tributing itself. It was used by Adamantipator's because it was a rock monster, but nothing on it says you can't use it elsewhere. After all, it's just a normal summon, which we didn't need in the first place. And that's not all. Being a monster negate on a normal summon doesn't just keep the pesky hand traps away when going first. Because it is so simple, it can also be used going second. Unlike a Deep-Sea Diva where your opponent decides what interaction to use, with the Guardian, you choose which effect to negate. Not to mention, it has a rather high 1900 original attack, so you're the one in control. This extremely powerful Guardian doesn't just stay there though. It is one of the older cards in Yugioh where there's a maintenance cost. During the end phase, it blows itself up unless you reveal a rock monster in the hand, or pitch an iron core of the KOA'KI MEIRU. Thankfully, there is a way to get over that. The card we use to search the Guardian, Diamond Core of the KOA'KI MEIRU. After searching any KOA'KI MEIRU monster, Diamond Core can protect all KOA'KI MEIRU monsters from destruction for a turn by banishing itself from the grave. And even if you don't have the Diamond Core, you can always just reveal another Guardian. Or, conveniently, our best friend Nibiru. Now let's hop onto the replays to see the Guardian in action and repel some evil spirits. First Duel, and we start with the Diamond Core into a normal summon KOA'KI MEIRU Guardian. One simple move and we can do our full combo free from any pesky hand traps other than Imperl. Drop the Big Bear, summon Ursarctics Alpha, and we can Radiation for 7. This one card alone makes it worth spending our entire hand for this combo, and hiring the Exorcist. Summon Polari, grab the Field Spell, summon the Big Bear again, and down comes a Nib. But do not fear, as we have our Guardian. Yugioh Taisan, Yugioh Taisan. Drop the Septentrion, use our McPolar to search more cards while drawing more with Radiation, and we end on 2 Big Bears available, with the Septentrion ready to search the last one, while going through a Nib. Opponent's turn, we max C on the draw so we don't take a triple tap, but our opponent calls Battle Phase. Not good, but luckily our opponent doesn't have another out for Septentrion. He puts down the Sarcophagus and starts pitching. Don't want to pop the Sarcophagus yet since he might have another one in the hand, or maybe not anymore. Immediately drop the Megapolar and the Megatanus so Happy doesn't trigger. Pop the Sarcophagus and book the Happy. What could the last card possibly be? Of course it's the third Sarcophagus. Good thing we still have Megabilis. Banish the last name in the graveyard and our opponent is stuck on 1 level 8. Finally, the spirits are put in place. Time to send them back to the Shadow Realm. Make Polar Star and into Grand Chariot, pop the last 2 cards, and we go straight for lethal. Next Duel, and we're up against Adventurer Tenyi. A rare Tenyi variant, but definitely not a bad deck. We start with a Guardian normal summon, shutting down any hand traps first thing, and then going full combo again. We drew the Big Dipper, which is a neg 1, but with Radiation, we can more than compensate for that. Make Polar Star, use Big Dipper to replace the cost and summon a Septentrion, and then using the same effect again to summon Grand Chariot for targeting protection, and drawing 2 more Guardians on the way. While this is already the strongest board this deck can bring, with Guardian on the field and a meta that Septentrion can actually stop, we are good to go. End phase, reveal a rock in hand and a Guardian stays. Opponent's turn, he starts with the Rite of Aramesir, We immediately trigger Septentrion to search Megapolar, popping the Fateful Adventure before our opponent could search Griffin Rider. Opponent hard drew Draco back however, and it turns out Exorcists can't beat dragons. Guardian goes back to the hand and we only have the field spell left. Opponent searches Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha, and that will be your mistake. He makes a monk and tries to bounce Septentrion, but our Guardian can still keep the spirits away. Activate Grand Chariot, tripleting one of the 3 Guardians in hand, and Vishuddha gets negated. Our opponent now has no choice but to go into whatever that name is, crashing a monk by battle to finally get over our Septentrion. But even so, our Big Dipper is ready to grab anything, anytime. Opponent summons the long one and we'll grab that. Our opponent runs out of gas and after passing the turn surrenders to our army of exorcists. Third Duel, and we go second against Telements, a deck which in itself is a stubborn spirit that refused to accept death. He activates Race Off and we ash that, don't want to deal with Fenrir and he passes the turn. Looks like an empty board, but God knows what he's hiding in hand. Our turn and we call the Exorcist again. Activate Diamond Core and normal summon the Guardian. That keeps their hand quiet for now, activate Radiation and we start our combo again. We got Megapolar in hand, so we'll pop the unknown back row, turns out to be Suliak. It triggers to Surge, but he finds Rhino Heart instead of Halfness, meaning he might already have it in his hand. Guardian alone can't stop Halfness as it triggers on pop, but we have a trick up our sleeves, Chain Blocking. Halfness triggers when the monster effect is activated on field, but if we put Radiation on Chain Link 2, it can't trigger. Summon Megapolar to search Megabilis that can stop Telement fusions anytime and we're even safer. Now all we have to do is assemble Lethal, not hard at all with Radiation online, and that's game. Compared to the Deep Sea Diva combo, this deck can't make a scary board going first, but in return, it is a lot more consistent. And you don't have to surrender after the coin toss. Just normal summon the Guardian and usually half your problems go away. This also works for any other deck that doesn't take a normal summon, so if you have trouble against hand traps or want a monster negate, just call the Exorcist. Let's go!